Hey everyone, this is Flynn. Okay, in this video I want to show you the progress I've made on implementing abilities for AI. So I'm going to end my movement phase real quick here. And I left that visual on where the capsules spawn real quick and they explode. I need to turn off the mesh renderer so you don't see that, but I left it on for this game so you can kind of see how the AI is moving. So we're about to get in the ability phase. I just want to give you a refresher. This guy has a harden ability, which is a buff. It gives everybody gives a single target a +1 armor save, and then he has an offensive ability, right, called Hammer Jab. This guy right here, Gimduck, has a buff called Eagle Sight. It increases your range of all your attacks and abilities. Then he can heal somebody, right? And you only want to heal if they're wounded, right? So that's, again, when you're making decisions for the AI. For the AI to make decisions, you have to do something kind of rational. This guy has Minor Frenzy. He can cast a buff to self to increase objective rolls by 1. That's pretty good. And he can throw Dynamite, another offensive ability. This guy has an offensive ability called Righteous Strike, and Sprint. That's a buff. This guy has a Righteous Strike and Shield Bash. So these are 2 offensive abilities. So right now I'm about to end my ability phase right now for simplicity. And I'm going to let the computer just decide what to do. And we can just see what they do during the ability phase. So right now this guy has decided to do Minor Frenzy against himself. He casted Minor Frenzy. This guy's going to do Harden against Hazmat. He fails. He's going to give him that +1 save. This guy's trying to do Sprint on himself. He fails. This guy's going to cast Eagle Sight against Hazmat, this dwarf right here. And he got it, right? Yeah, Eagle Sight. There it is. So they're done. And so I want to explain what happened here. The AI went through their abilities. I can't see it now because I'm in objective phase. That's something I need to work on. But, it's going to try to do one of their abilities, right, if they can. Their offensive abilities, it looks at that, but hey, if nobody's in range, right, my guys are way over here, it's not going to do an offensive ability. It's going to try to do the next best thing. It's going to try to do a buff. And right now, I made a decision to be random when you do buffs. I'm going to have to fine-tune that when you do a buff to try to do it more intelligently. But right now, this guy has a range buff to harden, gives a random friendly unit +1 armor save. It can be himself included or anybody in range. And so right now I have it random, but you might have to fine-tune that. But one thing I will do, like part of the decision making, is I will prevent casting the same buff to somebody who already has it. Like if Hazmat already had the Harden ability where they has +1 armor save, I'm going to prevent myself from casting that again. So I do put a restriction, some intelligence to that AI to not do something stupid. And same with this guy. He has a heal ability. Well, he only wants to heal if somebody is damaged. Like you don't want to waste a whole action, your turn on healing somebody that already is healed. So I programmed it where it's not going to do something dumb like that. So I prevented these guys from doing, buffs on the same things. This guy's not going to waste a turn doing Minor Frenzy on himself when he already has it. This guy doesn't have Sprint yet, so he'll probably spend a turn trying to cast Sprint. And right now I don't have preferences on whether doing offensive abilities first or buffs first. That's another fine-tuning I need to make, but at least for the most part, I prevented these guys from doing something completely dumb. There could be something where, okay, an enemy could be near this guy, right? And this guy could be about almost dead. So if this guy's about to die, maybe he wants to attack the enemy before he dies. It could be like that. I have to. It's going to be all these situations that I think I'm going to have to program so you can optimize the computer. But right now, I think I have it where they're not going to do something completely dumb, and it's playable right now. The buffing, again, they don't buff somebody who has the same buff. You don't heal somebody who's already full health, and obviously you can't attack anybody who's not in range. So I think that is good enough for now. In the next video I'll show you grabbing objectives. How does AI cycle through grabbing objectives. The cool thing is, maybe I can show you now. Let me change players real quick, because I want to show you guys. Player 1, player manager, player 1. Okay, Orc faction. Let me say this. I want to switch teams real quick because I want to show you how the AI works for the orcs now instead of the dwarves. So player 1 is going to be the dwarf faction, and player 2 is going to be the orc faction. So you'll see how AI now works magically for the other faction too now. So let's see. Whoops. Another thing I need to, since I changed the factions, I have a little flag on my monsters to say if they're AI or not. So I'm going to have to go to the orcs now on the orc prefabs and select them as AI. So that's why you saw some weirdness in the beginning. So all my dwarfs are not AI and all my orcs are AI. So now the AI rules will apply to the orcs. So I'm going to end my movement phase right now, and the orcs are going to now move. And again, you see these little capsules spawn, right? See, look at this guy. He knows he can't move on top of Zigzag or Durzil, and same with Gujek. He knows he could not move here because these guys are populating his space. So that was part of the movement AI. So let's go to the ability phase. This guy has Hamstring, Savage Strike, only offensive abilities. This guy has Speed Haste. This is a buff. This guy only has offensive abilities as well. This guy has a self buff called Enrage. And this guy has Quick Heal. So I really only expect Clog or Zigzag to be doing something right now. Let's see. So he's going to cycle through this. Look, he's casting Speed Haste on Zigzag. And then Zigzag is going to cast Enrage on himself. And he passes. And that's pretty much it. None of these guys can do anything rationally right now. And they're going to end their phase. Cool. And that's what I would expect. So that's it for now. One thing I will caveat is I have not done the AoE AI right now. It would probably take me a day to do because you have to optimize. You know, when you place that AoE disc down, when you want to kick multiple objects, you want to maximize your damage, your effectiveness, and it's easy for a human to figure that out. But a computer, it's going to be more programming, kind of like how I did with the capsules. You know, so that's going to take a while to figure out. And, you know, and I'm getting kind of tired of programming AI, to be honest. But you know, I know I'm going to have to come back to the AI eventually, especially when I fine-tune things. But the cool thing with AI, it'll get to the point where I can give it to other people and they can start play testing. You know, how the gameplay is, and you know how dumb the AI is, and what I need to do to fine-tune this game. All right, so that's it for AI ability.